In this training, we're going to talk about how you can add and edit views inside of SmartSuite. So if that's of interest, stick around and let's get into it. All right, let's go ahead and pop on into my SmartSuite account. Of course, you're going to want to access the solution and the app that have the views in question. So if you want to create new views or edit existing views inside of SmartSuite, first make sure that you're inside a solution and inside a particular app. Here I am inside of my Sales CRM solution, and I'm going to drill into my Contacts app. And here we have a bunch of different contacts in view. So let's say I wanted to make some changes to how I look at this data. I already have a number of different views built here. I have a contact summary, VIP contacts, contacts by location. Each of these views has its own settings that are unique to that view. It doesn't alter the underlying data, but it impacts how we access and view that data, right? So each view is simply a way to look at the data that lives in that application, and each view has its own unique settings. So if I want to create a new view, all I need to do is scroll on down to the bottom of this menu, and I have the Create View option. Before creating a view, I have to determine what type of view it is. So if you have questions about this, you can always explore the different view types here. Go ahead and open up that page and get a little bit of a lesson on how these different views work and why you might pick one over another. So I have the ability to create a number of different view types: grid, card, kanban, calendar, timeline, map, chart, dashboard, or form. In our case, I might say, hey, I want to see a card view, for example. So I'll create that view. Once I make that selection, I'm asked to name this new view. So I'll call this my new card view. Do I want this to be public or private? You can read the differences between those different view types here. And then I can go ahead and make the view creation. So I click Create View, and automatically I'm brought to that new view. Now, as I want to make changes to this view, edits to the view, all I need to do is come up to the toolbar, and any alterations that I make here will impact this view and this view only. So if I want to change the size of the cards to medium, I simply make that toggle. If I want to spotlight certain information, maybe I want to highlight anyone where the name is Paul, where it contains Paul rather. So let's go ahead and make that selection here. Contains Paul, and I can change that spotlight to be orange. Now you see that it automatically highlights Paul here, and I've got that spotlight working. Again, I'm not impacting the underlying data in this application. All I'm doing is changing the way I look at the data on my view. So all the different changes here, if I want to filter certain information in or out, I can make that choice. I can do a sorting, put everybody in alphabetical order, for example. I can group them, so I can, bunch them by certain things, like maybe if I want to see them viewed by account. So now I can quickly and easily see that on the Bloomjoy account, Jennifer and Paul are both on that account. So you get the idea. Lots of different ways that we can impact that. All those edits are only going to impact that particular view that we're currently working on. Now, lastly, if I want to change the name of this view, I can always go back in here and select, and I can rename the view. I can also add a description, or I can duplicate it if I want to create another copy of the view. So lots we can do with views in terms of adding and editing. I know we covered a lot here, so go ahead and rewatch if you missed any of it, and I'll see you in the next training. If you have any questions about what we covered in this training, please ask them below in the comments section of this video. And until then, we'll see you in the next training.